Alright, well, congratulations, because pivot is really a handful to remember, right? There's a lot of things to remember. But remember, go back and print out that chart. Make sure you have that chart above you. That will make it easy for you to remember how to trade using pivots, right? When you print that chart. Right, next we're going to talk about is the KTR lines. So this is profit indicator number 2, but trigger number 3. So the third kind of lines, KTR lines, right? So KTR is Kells through range line. So what exactly is that? Well, the Kells through range postulates that the daily price movement exhibits a sine wave pattern or a standard deviation, all right? So if you know something about math, you probably understand what I'm talking about. If not, it's fine as well, right? It's just a way for me to describe it so you guys can understand it. Well, KTR is a statistical maximum level from daily opening price where the price could potentially reach on a particular trading day. Now, KTR is also one of the trigger points where it must be combined with color change to enter a trade as well, right? So it's one of the lines. So it basically comes up this way. And it will appear all the time, right? The moment you start to trade that day, all 3 lines, all 6 lines in fact, will already appear on your trade. So it will appear at the opening of each trading day. All 3 KTR lines will be calculated and generated. All 3 will appear all at the same time. So let me show you live example right now, okay? So if I go and see my live example right now, I can see the KTR 1 here, but where's my 2 and 3? So I might want to zoom out. See, if I zoom out, I see KTR 2. And KTR 2 was the price line. If I move my mouse over it, I can see the price. KTR 2 is 1887.29. KTR plus 1 is 1879.80. Okay, so let me zoom in further. So as I zoom in further, you can see all the KTR start to appear, right? If it still doesn't appear, you can actually go here and you can actually drag it downwards, right, to shrink it so you can see all the lines appear, right, as you can see over here. So what I want to do right now is I want to, expand it back so that I can see my trade further. So I'm going to zoom in to see my trade. So it's a lot easier, when I zoom in and see. Okay, great. Right, so this is how you manipulate the screen. Okay, great. Now you know where KTRs are, and you can see them already straight away. Okay, so in this case here, this is a KTR plus 1, KTR minus 1, KTR minus 2. All right, so very simple. As long as it trades and it cuts through the KTR, that's also a trigger. So KTR can trigger, but more important, a more powerful trigger is pivot. If pivot and KTR are together, wow, that's really, really powerful. So you can see here, let me show you a few examples here. So the KTR minus 1 here, so it hits the KTR, right, and then it went down. And the most important part is because it hit trigger, right, it went through KTR plus 1, it triggers KT color change, there's a trigger, so it hits the KTR plus 1 color change, plus it hits pivot and close below pivot. Wow. And then after that, if you enter a short the market over here, all right, it would still go up, but it still come down again. It's more biased towards going down. And you can see over here, KTR plus minus 1 here, there's no trigger, no color change here, so there's no trigger. There's also no color change here, so there's no trigger. All right, so at this point in time, there's no color change here. Right, there's a trigger but no color change. So you need to see color change first, then look for triggers. All right, so that is actually for KTR. So KTR, same way. All right, cuts through. Once it cuts through, you want to make sure that if it's below KTR, you want to do CCRY or CCYR. As long as it touches the line, it will either rebound. Bounce is like it can rebound, or it can also cut through when there's color change. So it's just as long as the body cross through, either all of the same body color, either same or the whole all body color cuts through is a trigger, or there's a signal bar cuts through is also a trigger, or entry bar cuts through is also a trigger, right? So just know that. So KTR is very simple, straightforward. Cuts through any KTR line, color change cuts through, is a good trade to go in. Okay, so next we're going to talk about profit indicator number 3, which is KSI indicator.